Dun, 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 dun. All right. Streams are working. Yay, great. So hi, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting evening of sim racing in Assetto Corsa. So last night, to recap, things were terrible. Tonight, we're hoping for some not-so-terrible action. Let's see if we can get the board up here. Nope, not Chrome. Silly thing. I want Content Manager. There we go. So tonight we're back at Brands Hatch Indy in the Primera. Even though that might be a terrible idea. I just never learn. So we'll see if people are a bit less crazy than they were last night. And whether we can sort of survive and get through this. Not that I've gotten any more, practice or anything. Later this evening, I don't think there's anything in between this and the GT3, actually. Let me check. If there isn't... Yeah, not really. There's a Lotus race. Oh, Sim Racing Paddock Lotus race. I kind of feel like I'm going to suck at that, to be honest with you. So what I'm thinking is, given the way the GT3 race went, I'll either set up a practice server or maybe do a little livery tutorial to fill in the time. Either way. But let's see. Let's see how this race goes and whether I'm excited or disgusted by the idea of sim racing. About equal measure from last night. Let's see how this goes. Now, the Primera race. What's up, Pedro? Oh, you are? Oh, yeah, well. I just don't know whether there is going to be a clean Primera race. It's just so crazy. I mean, the car is hard enough, and then you got... How many people are in this one? Full grid. Full grid. Fantastic. So I've got Barrock, he's good. Lamella, Mr. Death.
Your skin has been uploaded.
Yay, great.
Skins checked, nothing new, carry on.
So I figured out what was wrong with my skin last time. It's not that I had the skin too big, it's that I had all my drawing resources in the same directory, which were definitely more than 10 megs. So, yeah. The racing still 25 laps, medium tire. That's a good run. Am I shifting? I can't tell what gear I'm in. Let's get gears up. Oh, right, it's on the display, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. But I want gears up because I can't read that tiny little thing on the dashboard. There we go. That'll do. Alright, get the mouse out of the way. Alright, let's get some practice in. Now, this is an open setup race, too, so I'm wondering if I can make some tweaks later. The game's too loud. I did race yesterday. Yeah, I couldn't even get through a qualifying session on the softs. The mediums were falling off at about 25 minutes, and so I switched to the hards for the second stint. I might try to save my tires a little bit this time. I don't know. Oh, I didn't start crew chief again. I need his advice because my brakes are locking up and I don't know where. Front or back. Check some mismatch. Are people driving around with old versions of the car or something? I cannot brake into this corner. 85 to 80. Yeah, that's... People were doing a similar thing to the Leon TCR. Brake power is just way too high. I'll have to dial that down. I'm also having problems with lift-off oversteer in this car, which is really strange. It's almost like the snap spin you get with like a Civic or something, like the old ones, which I guess you'd never see unless you autocrossed one of those crazy things. I remember several years ago, one of my friends had a 1990 Civic, little hatchbacks, and I was lucky enough to get a chance to autocross that thing, and went into a corner and lifted off the throttle, and I was immediately facing the other way. Like, before I had any idea what had happened, the thing just snapped around. And I was like, what did I just do? Okay, so let me start, let me get Jim and Claire in on the action.
Radio check.
Spotter, radio check.
Hello again, my digital friends. Alright, so let's go back to follow your suggestion here. Brake power, yeah, let's crank it down. 88-ish, yeah. Sounds about right. My ping is high, man. 126 ping. Wonder why. Oh, probably because I'm watching myself. Alright, let's see how this does. See if I can get out here while the track is relatively clean around the pits. Get a quali lap in.
Exit's clear. We've got 9 minutes to set a lap.
Yeah, I mean, you always find elitists to say, oh, it's just an Accord, it's just a Civic, big deal. But, I mean, they're fun. Even the base model cars are fun. It's one of the nice things about autocross is that, like, you just bring what you drive and play with it. And people are amazed. Yeah, Hondas are fun. Hondas are fun cars. And, you know, people are amazed at what a normal passenger car will do at an autocross course. I think if people knew what passenger cars were capable of on a day-to-day basis, we'd have a lot more accidents because they'd be trying to do some really crazy stuff out there.
Yellow flag. Watch out.
But yeah, if anybody who likes racing at all, if you have a local club doing autocrosses, get out there and do it. It is absolutely the cheapest, safest way you can do stupid stuff with a car. And one of the great things about autocross is that it's a really safe environment to learn what the limits of your car are, find out what it can do, and more importantly, what it cannot. In an environment where the worst consequence of failure is smashing into a traffic cone. It'll just go bloop.
You're now 0.7 off the pace. That was a 49.5 P5.
Yeah, now that I can brake for these corners, I'm going to be a lot better off.
Car left. Clear left.
Yellow flag. The leader's just done a 47.7.
47, jeez.
You're a second off in sector 1.
How can you be a second off on a course that only takes 47 seconds to get around? I don't get it. I just need to stay up towards the front here.
Good lap. That's your quickest so far. You're currently 1.3 seconds off the leader's pace. Your lap time was 49.0 P5. Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
Oh, touched the grass and now I'm dead. Welcome to Assetto Corsa. Although I did see that in real life. That
Seen front locking going into Druids.
that IMSA TC race, or the Michelin Challenge race from Mid-Ohio. This guy batting down the front straight, caught the grass and just went straight on.
1 seconds off the pace. Yellow flag.
Wait, you're close enough to Estoril that it's your local track? Okay, I'm instantly jealous of you. You have found a way to make me instantly jealous of you. Oh, wow. That's awesome. The place has so much history. It's a great course, too. I think my tires are already going away. And we're only halfway through qualifying.
That puts you 1.5 seconds off the pace. That lap was at 49.1, P11. 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. The leader has just done a 47.2.
Don't get the cut penalty. Great.
Yellow flag, watch out, you're a second off the pace in sector 1.
Ah, I almost caught that slide. I cannot figure out how to break into that corner.
You're locking your right front going into clearways. You're now 2.2 seconds off the pace. That lap was at 49.5, P13.
Gotta get out of mid-pack or else I'm just gonna be dead on lap 1.
Yellow flag, caution.
Gotta figure out how to get through this corner safely. Through Surtees is my biggest problem.
Sector 1.
And then approaching clearway. Oh, no. Yeah, I think the closest Grand Prix track to me of any size is Virginia International, which is a really fantastic 2-hour drive.
On your left.
And VIR is just a beautiful place. I mean, even forgetting the racetrack, it's just a great place to go. It's like a park with a world-class racetrack in it. Oh, jeez. Yeah, the car is just sliding all over the place. I would try to do things like adjust the camber or something, but that'll just eat my tires even more. They're also heating up. Oh, wow.
Currently 1.8 off the pace.
On your right.
Yellow flag, caution.
Hold your line, clear right.
P15. Your lap time was at 49.0.
Oh, touched the grass again. Now I'm dead. Alright, I'm gonna get back into the pits.
All right.
Yeah, 2 hours is not so bad. So you have Estoril and Portimao. Just within easy drive. Man. Tough life, huh? Alright, I'm gonna boost my front tire pressures a little bit because that thing is just roasting. Oh god, you can go to softs. Well, those will just fall. You know what? I might go to hards, honestly, because I had tire degradation halfway through the 20-minute race yesterday. Let's see how this does. I forget about qualifying. I'm just trying to get a feel for the race.
Pit exit's clear.
Yeah, you really do only have like 1 or 2 laps on the softs before they're just dead, and you have to come in and get new ones. Which is, you know, fine for quali, but if you're trying to race, you're done. This is not exactly...
Front into Druids.
See if we can get a clean lap here. Sounds weird, but these hard tires feel a lot better. I don't know if it's the pressure difference or the tire compound or what. Car is a lot more settled now.
Left side, clear left.
One change of pants, please.
Sector 1 is 1.8 off the pace.
It was instantly more stable. It's high pressure, yeah, that makes sense. 177 a lap.
Checkered flags out, 15th place. You're now 2.4 off the leader's pace.
Oh, this is going to be terrible. I'm buried way back in the pack
Come
again.
on, keep it between the lines. They'll delete this lap.
How many laps did they do yesterday? Sim Racing System standings. Let's see. In the race yesterday, or I can just pick any race. 25 laps. So if I go back to the pits,
That's the end of the
I go
session.
to fuel,
P15.
estimated laps 29. That should be good enough. That should be good enough. Yep. So let's save this. I think I cranked this down to 75 while we're in there. I'm gonna go one. Do I want to go one more notch down on brakes? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, the leader will do 25. All right, I'm gonna save this setup. The tire pressure change was instantly better.
P15.
I think I might
20
even go one
minutes.
more notch up on each, and lower on the rears to heat them up a little more. We'll save this. Oh, the gear ratios can be changed too. I wonder if I want to crank those down. Yeah, let's do that too. Of course, now all my shift points are going to be different. I have a warning for front height. Well, it let me in, so we'll see.
Ready, watch for the lights.
Yellow usually means I'm right on the limit. So we'll see how that goes. I think it turns red if you're actually violating the rule. And it's yellow if you're exactly on it. Thanks for pointing that out. Here we go. This is going to be abysmal. Oh, somebody else dropped.
Let's go.
On your left. Hold your line. Still there. Clear left. Car left. Still there.
Ooh.
Left side. Clear left.
And the entire field around me just got assassinated. Oh,
Yellow flag.
wrecking
watch
ahead.
out.
Nope.
Good start, mate.
I'm just trying to be as cautious as I can. Avoid the Punta-Reno war that I got into last night. Because that was just a war.
P12.
Angry bees.
On your right.
Oh!
You're in the middle. 3 wide. Clear right. Clear all round. On your left. Clear left.
I want to watch that replay. Yes! That was incredible. Uh-oh.
Yellow flag. Watch out.
That yellow flag is about to be me. Oh, save made.
Left side. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear left.
You've just done a 50.7. P9.
Carnage. It's me. I'm the Carnage. Oh god, stop the car.
Track limits. Come on.
And my wheel just came off the desk. Ah. Alright, I can get it back. All I gotta do is survive.
Yellow flag, caution. You're locking your fronts going into Druids.
Still?
Fabula is now in the lead. The leader has just done a 47.6.
I'm already sliding sideways through Surtees again.
There's an incident in Clearways. It looks like Kern. What's going on, mate? Come on, get your act together. Yellow flag.
Excuse me, Jim.
Car left, clear left.
Do you see all the death I'm not getting into? Your computerized disappointment is unwelcome. And by the way, I wish I was half the racer that Ann M is, by the way. I only play with imaginary race cars. She gets to play with real race cars. I've been sort of down today because I actually had to sell my last dream of a real race car today. I had a
That lap time was 50.4, P11.
a 1969 Volkswagen Carmen Ghia, all gutted and stripped, prepared for a cage. It had a 2-liter motor in it. I had it half apart trying to get fuel pumps in it, and never got back to it. It was just yard art in my parents' driveway, and it's been there for years, and we're selling my parents' house now, and I just, you know what, I just had to get real and get rid of the car. It's a sad, like, every time I looked at that car, I didn't see what it was, I saw what I wanted it to get to. Like, I saw the caged car with the livery on it, and, you know, yeah. Well, I mean, my Ghia was not beautiful. It had rust everywhere.
49.3. That's your
That's,
fastest
I
lap
mean,
today.
normally you find a Carmen Ghia and you're like, I want to preserve this as a museum piece forever. This thing was already a ratty piece of junk when my friend and I bought it. And then he collected a bunch of cars and had to sell that one, so I bought out his stake in that car and started doing stuff to it. And it was rusty.
Yellow flag, watch out.
I mean, we actually took a grinder to it and ground out the wheel wells to make room for the tires. We put a Beetle steering rack in it so it could turn as sharp as a Beetle, because the Carmen Ghia used to
15
have
minutes remaining, 15
limiters
minutes to
on the
go.
steering rack
On the
so that the
exits.
tires
Go
wouldn't
faster,
rub
yeah.
on the fenders. But that also limited the turning radius and kind of made it, I mean, it was a tiny little car, but it turned like a boat. The body was okay. It actually had more problems down on the bottom and in the wheel wells. Like, there was literally a hole in the right rear wheel well.
Yellow flag.
And the last time I autocrossed it, I ran through a patch of gravel, and I felt something hit the back of my helmet. It was a rock that got into the tire and got thrown off the tire through the hole in the wheel well and hit me in the back of the head. That's how rusted this thing was. But it was a beautiful car, and every time I looked at it, I saw the race car of my dreams, even though it was just a rusted hunk in the middle of the driveway.
Yellow flag, caution.
And I just, you know, with a wife and 2 kids now, I just don't have the time to devote to dreams of being a race car driver in a Carmen Ghia. So I just had to. I found our real estate agent actually
That was
is a big
49.5,
enthusiast, has a
10th
VW
position.
bus, and talked to the shop that he takes his bus to, and was like, hey, how'd you like to buy a 69 Carmen Ghia for parts or project? And they were like, okay. So I exchanged money for car, and I don't have the car anymore. And I'm honestly a little torn up about it. Like, I feel kind of guilty that I was not the guy who could turn that thing into the race car I wanted it to be. Oh yeah, well, I mean, it's just one more albatross out from around our neck in terms of stuff that we've been hoarding. Of all the things that take up space that you can hoard, a car is kind of the worst.
Hold your line.
As I try to crash into this guy,
Still
sorry.
there.
He was very nice
Still
in
there.
not taking me out.
Hold your line. Clear left.
P9.
I'm just going to concede
side,
this because I
clear
don't want to kill us both.
You've just done a 50.6.
But yeah, it was a great car. It was beautiful. It was beautiful in its ugliness. And considering that we still have the 71 Ghia that my mom bought brand new in 1971, it's a one-owner 48-year-old car. And we still have that one, and it's been fully restored and polished and everything. You know, one of my ambitions for mine was to, you know, take them both to a Cars and Coffee or something, and be like, oh look, it's Beauty and the Beast, because we have, you know, the beautiful red show car, and then this terrible rusty orange mess that has a 2-liter motor and a roll cage in it. But it just never was going to happen. I'm not the guy who has the time to do that kind of stuff, and I didn't have the money to get somebody else to do it. So off it goes, and it'll just be something that I almost did. Oops, that's first, not second. Glad I didn't damage the engine there. We're still not halfway yet. This is remarkable. On the other hand, I haven't binned it, nor has anybody smashed into me, so knock on wood there. I need to look down at my tire pressures, but there's no straight long enough for me to tend to the car, you know?
Incident in clearways.
How my tires doing? They're better. I think I need to raise the pressure next time in the left front. I gotta get the left front to where it's not overheating all the time. I mean, it doesn't help that there's, like, never a moment where you're not turning on this course. I mean, even the straight isn't straight. Hey, what's up, Chuck? It's actually much better than last time.
Was 49.3. That's your quickest lap. There'll be chances here. Let's make sure we can take them.
I haven't been hit. I don't think I have an incident point yet. And it's almost halfway through the race.
You're locking your right front into Druids.
This is good. This is a good race. Much better than last night.
10 minutes remaining. 10
If the
minutes.
GT3 race goes like this, I'll be a happy camper.
That's half distance. The fuel's okay.
I mean, there's still chaos all around me, but I'm not getting caught up in every single bit of it like I was last time.
Incident in clearways. Looks like it's Valentin.
Oh man, this is busy. I really wish he had picked the GP
You're
course.
pulling away from the guy behind. The gap's now 3.6 seconds.
3.6 seconds, that feels like half a lap.
The leader has just done a 47.4.
He's still turning 47s. I feel like my tires are going away, and this guy's still doing 47s.
Yellow flag.
The setup changes have completely changed this car. It's way less of a frightening beast. It's like a tamed wolf rather than a completely untamed wolf that looks like it's about to eat you. Yeah, he's on mediums too.
Yellow flag. Watch
So in
out.
theory,
That
he
last
should be
line
wearing
was
his
at
tires faster than
50.0.
me, and he's still doing okay. Is this guy a lap down? I think I might want to run with driver names on in these races on the tight tracks just to figure out who's on the same lap as me. But that means taking my hands off the wheel, which I don't know if I can do. I'm taking my eyes down to hunt for Control L on the keyboard. It's going to be a non-trivial task when I'm already trying not to bin the car. I think it'll just be a lesson learned for next race.
You're locking your right front into clearways. That lap time was 50.3. P9.
Uh-oh, where is he going?
On your left. Clear left.
Couldn't avoid him. But at least I didn't break my suspension this time.
On your left. Clear left.
Keep it between the white lines or we'll get a penalty.
Engine's fine. Just gotta get back in the groove.
You've
It's
got
all
half
good.
your fuel left.
I don't think there was anything he could have done there. He had already binned it, lost it. He was just a sitting duck. And I was trying to pick a way to go and ended up going up the middle and hitting him. I think that was basically just unavoidable racing incident. It's quite a contrast to the first, the early move where I was just like, thread the needle, yeet. That was amazing. We have to see that replay in like every possible camera angle.
Focus on your exits.
Jim, seriously, we've gained like 5 positions since the start. Quitty bitty.
Blue flag.
Well, here's the leader. Already.
Blue flag.
Tiny little course. These cars feel enormous out here. Yep, tires are going away.
That lap time was 50.3. Blue flag. There's an incident in Surtees.
Please go inside and just take it.
Clear
Thank
right.
you.
Blue flag.
Maybe I can follow the leader around and learn something.
Got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Thank you. Being able on a track this
Getting
tiny,
closer. The gap's now 4.9.
it's almost as important to learn how to honor a blue flag as it is to figure out passing opportunities. Like, I don't want to hold him up. I don't want to dork up my race.
The gap ahead is now 2.6 seconds. That was 50.3.
It was well done on both sides, too, because he could have just thrown it in there. But he was patient and took the inside that I gave him. That was a good move by the leader to get around me. And I'd like to think that was a good wave by, as much as you can in a car where nobody can see your real hands.
That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
This has been a much better race than last night. I don't want to jinx it already, because there's still 5 minutes to go and anything can happen.
Blue flag.
5 minutes is like 8 laps. Well, I think second just binned it.
You've just done a 49.7.
I'll take a 49.7. Any day of the
Blue
week.
flag.
When did I get that 48? I didn't even notice it happen. Yeah, I can't get Surtees right. I know I'm doing this wrong. Like right here, I can't get the turn into Surtees right, and then I'm so busy trying to catch the car that my approach into the final corner is just junk. So that's where I'm losing a lot of time. I'm apparently also losing an entire second in Sector 1, and I think it's my entry into paddock. Because it doesn't matter
You've
what
just
car
done
I'm
a
in.
49.9.
Apparently, I just can't make this turn in any car. Brakes too early there for Druids. Could probably carry more through there, but I just don't want to lose the car. Keep getting blue flags, but then I keep pulling away from the guy. So I'm not too stressed out about it. At least the blue flag penalty isn't automated. Because it's waved at me like 10 times for this guy now, and he's not catching me. I think the guy ahead of me is for position.
You've just done a 49.9.
Oh, Drifto! Nope, Braked too early there, too. At this point, I'm preserving tires as well. Definitely need to go up on the front left pressure some more. Front right seems about right now.
10th position.
I think the right front is fine, and the left front still needs maybe another pound or two. But even just with the tire pressure changes, this car is completely different in terms of handling.
The gap in front is now 2.9 seconds. Your last lap time was at 49.8. 2 minutes to
Let
go,
these
2
leaders
minutes.
through without losing my place for position.
Car right. Clear right.
Blue flag.
Because I've got two cars that are fighting me for position right behind me now. And I can't be honoring blue flags. And letting those guys through and losing the spots. Yeah, I think
That lap was at 50.3.
this track is tiny enough. I might want to
About you, mate.
crank the final drive down another tick and just bring everything closer. Because I think that's helped as well.
We estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
That's a good thing to hear with only a minute to go. Of course, that's 2 laps. Oops. Lucky I didn't get a cut for that. I think that's the best I've taken that corner today. Maybe not. Okay, I'm pulling away from the guys
Yellow flag.
behind.
Caution, last lap. Your lap time was at 49.3.
No, don't rejoin in my face!
Car left. Clear left.
Watch those track limits. We don't want a penalty. Blue flag.
Sorry, buddy. I don't know if you're a leader, but I can't risk losing my position. This blue flag is getting ignored.
Yellow flag.
That was fan-effing-tastic. I will take that finish.
P10. That's the end of the race. Bad luck, mate.
Bad luck, I gained 6 positions, Jim. Wow. Woof. That was intense. Oof. Congrats to Philip and Kleber. Who knows? For the podium. Yes. Yes, I do. So let's get out of here. I keep seeing these Second Life ads. Like, why are there girls in bikinis on my stream? Oh, right. It's an ad for digital girls in bikinis on my stream. That's better? Question mark? Oh, that's interesting. Yes, we do. Yeah, I saw the UK race was completely full. I was like, why can't the US race do that? All right, I gotta get this thing to think about itself a little bit. There we go. Let's keep it for now. And let's watch. Oh, what's the next race I want to register for, by the way? Race. Do I want to get in on the Lotus? See, the thing is, I like William Marsh. I like his channel. The race sounds interesting. I'm just going to stuff this car into a wall over and over again, and I don't think anybody wants to watch that. So if you'd like to catch William Marsh's race, you can open his stream too, and I will not be offended one tiny bit. But I'm just not going to do that one. Instead, I'll probably start up a practice server for the GT3 Or if you'd like to watch a livery happen, I can do that as well. I've been kind of toying with that idea for a while. But first things first, let's see this crazy town replay. I still can't believe I survived that. It was, yeah. Yeah. So let's go to here. Let's see. How should we watch this first? Let's go to TV cam. Is this TV cam? This is TV2, TV3, TV4, TV1. Okay. Stuff off. We'll go to the first minute. So here's the start. Everybody else is in the same 3 cars except me. I'm in my own silly orange thing. My wife saw this livery while I was just finishing it up, and she's like, you know, all your other imaginary race cars are so nice, and then this one looks so, like, 80s ugly. And I'm like, that's exactly the point. Oh, the first turn, the first pass through Paddock Hill was exciting, too. So watch this. So this guy, I forget who that is. Driver name's on, can't see him. Let's go over here. So this guy loses it in T1. Just loses it in T1. And then he's coming back on, and I'm like, no, I must get to the right. So I cut hard right. These guys both just plow into him, and the rest of the race, but like, they look at this. They form a complete wall across Paddock Hill. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess that's why people weren't catching up to me. Oh man, they were all dead. It's a perfect barrier. Oh, that's amazing. Doop dee doop dee doop dee doop dee doop. Hey, how you guys doing? Guard duck forever. Yeah, so I just sort of run off. Yeah, 4 cars out and the rest of them picking their way through, and I'm like, a doop dee doop dee doop dee. But then I have this in front of me. So then those guys clatter. Okay, so we get through here. Oh man, that was amazing. This guy just stops. Oh, I think he was taking a cut penalty. He must have been slowing down for a cut penalty. And then I am just amazed I survived this, especially after last night. Glorious Nippon steel. I love that quote. I need to find that clip again and watch it. I don't know. It's so serious and so cool, but just hearing him say it, it's just fantastic. Was it on lap 2? Was it this early? Yep. Whoa! Oh my goodness. That was... Oh, wow. Guy on the right's losing it, guy on the left's bringing it back, and I'm just like, doop-dee-doop-dee-doo, I'm just gonna tiptoe on through here. Oh, God, that was so close. Look at how just close that is. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, this was on par with Russian dash cam. So, yeah. 3 cars ahead of me. So Guillaume loses it in Paddock Hill, and then Jeremy loses it trying to avoid him. And then we get this. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, here we go. Zoop. And through. Oh, man. Next camera. This is a static cam. Meow. Can't see it from there. I'm not kidding. I'm going to try every camera. 2v3. Zah! I think TV2 is the best view so far. Wah! I can't really see it from there. But this was clearly the move of the race for me. This was succeed or die. Absolutely succeed or die. I got through it. Yeah, definitely gonna try and edit that out and see if I can make GIFify it. I've never tried that, making a GIF out of a video, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was good. It's funny watching these races back from the TV cam. I don't know what it is about this mod, but it always looks like the tires are just gonna rub right through the fenders, especially in the back. Like, did the real cars actually have that much stance to them? Where the rear tires were actually in the wheel? I can't imagine. God, look at how low that thing is sitting. No wonder I was getting warnings on the setup screen. That's not. Whoa! And that's where that was my obligatory drifto in this car. And that lost me a couple of spots, but then I gained them all back because everybody bid it. Oh, and for the folks who weren't here for this race last night, we have spoiler alert. Most of the liveries that I have that have big spoilers have a spoiler under the spoiler, and each one is different. So you know, some little Easter eggs on all my liveries to watch out for. Yep. Oh, cool. Which just DM. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's the actual livery that they're using too. That's one of the three that is selected. It's this guy. Well, not quite, but I think I've seen it. There it is. Different driver name in the window. Okay. So the ones that came with the car are actual, like, historic liveries for the car. That's cool. I actually went out today because I was so tired of seeing only 3 different cars. I actually went out on race department. There are a ton of liveries for this thing. That apparently nobody uses. Okay, what am I showing on the stream right now? I am showing Content Manager. Good. Look at all this stuff that's on race department. This is a great one. It's called 90s Kid. Look at that in all of its 90s splendor. It's fantastic. Well, the thing about the Primera skin template, it's like, yeah, okay, I'll switch off. But I mean, look at it. It's so gloriously 90s. This one's cool. The thing about the template for this car is it's like 6K by 4K. Yeah. So, I mean, there's no reason in the world to have a 6K by 4K template for this car or any car. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool liveries out there on race department for this car. I don't know why. Maybe we can get Henrique to, like, load them on the server so people can use them, or just put out a bundle. But I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff out there. This guy, I love this early Jeff Gordon tribute livery on a Japanese touring car. Yeah, you can get GIMP to do DDS files. There is a tutorial out there that I followed that that you just kind of go through the motions. You just install the module that lets it read DDS, and then it works. So then you can save the template files. The Jack Daniels livery, this is cool. These are apparently real, what is it, supercars? V8 supercar liveries that this guy did, the Norton ones as well. So these are real Australian V8s liveries that he brought over to this car. Here's a nice one. I think this one's, I don't know if I remember if this is a fantasy livery or a real one, but it just looks cool. So there's a ton of stuff out there for this car. It's just that nobody uses it, and since SRS doesn't use it, your choices are to claim it under your own name or just watch it not work on the SRS stream. But at least now that I've loaded these skins, I'll see them if somebody uses them. And they'll show up on my stream. Yeah, I forget who the guy was that put out the tutorial, but like, just do any kind of Google search for GIMP work with DDS, and you'll get all kinds of stuff. Javi Rodriguez always has great liveries, and then the trade price guys always do good stuff here. The BASF one was good. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, that one's cool. What are some of the others? I thought there was one. Oh, it was just on Discord. I don't think I had it downloaded. But somebody posted it to the SRS Discord. Where'd it go? It was a while back. Way earlier today. God, this channel has just been humming today. I was like, let me go back an hour. Oh, that's only 50,000 messages. Take a look at this. Oh, I'm not showing whole screen yet. So here's the whole screen. Look at this thing. In all of its anime glory. That's not really any bigger, is it? I don't know what series this is from. Let me see if I can get the other thing loaded. I just thought, yes, it's a Weeby livery, but I'm just like, I kind of dig it. I just thought I'd showcase that on the stream. Saw that come across the channel today. I was like, that's cool. Hope he uploads it to race department or something so I can get it. Anyway, back to content manager. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there. Oh, I just realized that I was showing everybody the showroom and it wasn't showing on the stream because I'm a genius. Did I just close content manager? I sure did. Okay, I'm a double genius. Okay, so content manager capture, there it is. So I'll show whole screen. Now, maybe I should actually show some of these. So there's the 90s kid one. BASF, that's cool. Calsonic. These Castrol ones are neat. There's the Jeff Gordon livery that I was talking about. It's like, oh, that's cool. I remember when his car looked like this. When he was, racing. Why isn't it scrolling anymore? Gosh darn it. Ah, now it's just being silly. This one's good. Anyway. Doop-de-doo. Yeah. I think the Rainbow Warrior car was pretty widely recognized back in the day. All right, so let's take a look at the standings from that, because that was a 10th place, I think. All right, I'm going to just go ahead and skip the Lotus. I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to get back in my Macker. Where'd it go? There it is. God, what a car. What a car. All right, standings. Primera. Results. 1 incident point from smashing into that guy that was in the middle of the track. I'll live with that. 77 is way better than the 30-something I ended up with last night. Let's see. Purple. Oh, okay, so... yeah, I'll take that any day of the week. I was actually 9th for a couple of times. But I started 15th. So, yeah, I'd say that worked out. Yeah, Bobby Rahal's cool. He now owns, or is part owner of the BMW GT Le Mans team, which is doing pretty well in IMSA right now. I was a big fan of those guys. I was a little disappointed to see that the BMW RLL team did not apparently get invites to Le Mans this year, except that there are like 4 Porsches and 4 Ford GTs going this year, and BMW didn't get an invite. It's a little... that's a little head scratcher right there. But, you know, the entry grid to Le Mans is as much about politics as it is about actually qualifying for a race. So, it's a shame. That might have changed since the last time I heard anything about it. Well, the LMP1 contest is going to be... well, I mean, I was about to say it's a foregone conclusion, but there was a 1 year... which year was it? 2016, 2017? Where, like, all the LMP1s broke down. And there was a pretty long span during the middle of the race where it looked like the LMP2 leader was going to take the overall victory. And then the Porsches, I think, got repaired and managed to catch them. But there was a good long stretch there where the LMP1s were just all dead with various mechanical problems. That was an exciting year because it was like, oh my goodness, the LMP2s are going to get there. So you never know. Maybe the Toyotas will have an issue and one of the privateers will take it. Maybe it'll rain the whole time and a GT Porsche will take it. You can never tell. At least it's not likely to snow like it did. Like it did in Spa. Oh man, I saw the footage of that and I couldn't believe it. It's like, well, here's our qualifying session, and it was just white everywhere. Oh, anyway. This was a great result. Yeah, Alonso. And I felt bad for him at the same time. Why is he doing that anymore? Like, why is he just... yeah, Chuck, just get out there with your street car and see what happens. Put some snow tires on it. Let's see. So, here's what I was going to do. So let's see. Do we want to paint a car or do we want to practice GT3s? Because I'm okay doing either one. In fact, I'll set up the server either way because why not? Here it is. Let's see. I'm going to change the track condition to be... it's already not dynamic. Do sol clear. Where's the thing that says best conditions? I thought it was under conditions. I mean, you'd think so, right? So this is the fuel rate and tire rate that they have on the server. Factory settings, conditions. I thought it was right here. Where you have... have the option to say, no, just make it optimal the whole time. Oh well. I guess Content Manager can't do that. Whatever. Anyway. I'll save this. I'll start it up just for kicks. Server is running. Yay! If you'd like to do GT3 practice, we can do that. Let's do that for a moment anyway, because one of the things I need to do is figure out why I ran out of fuel last night. So, actually, let's see, standings, GT3 America, Most sport. How many laps did we do? We did 46 laps. 46 laps. So I'm going to go whole screen again so I can show the calculator. 46 laps. I was using about 4.1 liters of fuel per lap. So that's 188 liters, which is a lot more than what I strategized for. So that makes sense. So I need 190 liters-ish to be comfy. All right. So now we know that. Let's see. I'm still on paddle shift. I'm still on minimal assist. Oh, really? GIMP just downloads everything? That's nice. So I'm going to jump in as me. And I want to at least get some practice in. I just don't want to get myself so exhausted that I end up halfway through the race like I did last night. And like, I'm ready to stop now. Oh, nice. Yeah, the newer versions have some interesting stuff. But yeah, I just always use GIMP because I'm too cheap to pay for the other stuff, and GIMP is free and powerful. So, you know, who cares? Let's see. So, pit strategy was wrong. Totally wrong. So I needed 188. I need 190 liters, which means that at my pit stop, yeah. How many things do you want to pay for over and over again in your life before you're like, nope? So 125, which means I need 65 liters to get up to what I needed, and I only took 42. So, gosh, I wonder why I ran out of fuel. So there we go. 165 plus 125 is 190, which should be enough to get through the race. Now, my other problem last night was what? Tires. So I'm going to start with mediums. I've got my first strategy is 65 in mediums. My second strategy should be 65 and hards. And my final one is add 8 liters of fuel because I screwed up. That can stay the way it is. Yeah, so my gauge said that I was using about 4 liters a lap just because of the jacked up server config. It's interesting, like he could just say pit window and you must pit, but instead of doing that, he actually sets the tire wear and fuel use to force you to pit. So let's see if I can set a better time here. And feel free to run with me or shame me or whatever. We've got all the GT3 cars configured.
Watch out.
I just love this track too much. CTMP is one of my favorite venues to watch and to sim race on. It's just got such a great flow to it. And the new scratch built mod of it is just so gorgeous. Using every part of what has come out for shaders and sol and all that stuff. See, I'm getting a little bit of oversteer there. Oops, I don't need second here, but I do need second here. I'm sharing the wrong thing on the screen. There we go. Oh, that's weird. There we go. Pop. So now we have the race and chat. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hey, Dave, what's up? Oh, that's right. That's you. I missed that was you. Too many chat messages. Yeah, 185 should be fine. Of course, you were also driving better than I was. I had a couple of laps where I was tooling around in much lower gears because the car was broken. Whoa, jeez! Okay, so I'm still having a problem with power on oversteer.
That's barely a scratch, just ignore it.
Barely a scratch. Okay, Jim. I think you need to consult a physician. Jim, do you need vision benefits checked out on your health plan, buddy? Because my hood is origami right now. All right, let me get the cheat sheet open here. Let's see. I'm just gonna. I like Chris Hayes' setup cheat sheet here. I'm gonna consult that. So, oh, the big one would be better, so I can actually read the thing. So turn in, corner exit, oversteer, soften the anti-roll bar. I think I've done that already. About as far as it'll go. Well, about as far as I'm comfortable taking it anyway. Increase diff locking. I've already decreased it for some other reason, and that seemed to help. Stiffen the rear springs. Okay, sure. Wait, no. I'm reading the wrong thing. Loosen the rear springs. There we go. I was about to make it worse. Cool. Let's see. I was also having issues on the hard tires with them being cold all the time, which is interesting. But we'll try this first. Oh, hey, Dave. Let's see. We'll shut that down again. All right.
The pit exit's clear.
So my first lap is going to be like 5 minutes because I haven't actually completed a lap yet. Oh, geez, that's worse. I just squeezed the gas and around I went. Okay, well that's weird. Let's see if it's just cold time. Let's see if this happens every time.
Pit exit is clear.
If I don't have enough gas applied, it pushes. If I have too much, it just spins.
The leader's just done a 121.53.
The thing that bugs me most is looking up there on the telemetry and seeing a 119.8 that I set myself with this car. Don't touch the curb. That way leads death. You just can't apply the throttle too early.
P2.
Ah, jeez.
Ignore the aero damage, it's nothing.
It's nothing? Right, Jim.
This lap won't count. Track limits.
Alright, well, that did not help in the least, so I'm going to undo it. What else can I try? Where'd that thing go? There it is. Oversteer. Increase rear wing or decrease front wing. Kind of like the turn-in I'm getting, but we'll see. Oh, wait. Increase rear wing now. I'm not going to do that. Corner exit oversteer. Decrease diff locking. Where did that go? There it is. Let's try that.
Track's clear. Push, push, push.
And it instantly goes around. This does not bode well.
You're looking up your fronts a lot.
Okay. Well. Decrease pressure, maybe? Tires. Pressure's already as low as it'll go.
The leader has just done a 121.27.
This is dumb. Why can't I get this car to drive without spinning? Well, maybe the problem is between the wheel and the chair. Let's take it easy for a
Looks
couple
like
of
you're
laps
clear on
and
the
then
pit exit.
see what I can do once the tires warm up. Almost lost it again because I dared to look at a curb funny. And now I can't turn in. It is just right on the ragged edge of handling the whole time. Even a modest squeeze of the throttle made it twitch.
0.41 off the pace.
It would be great if I could come out of moss without gathering moss.
Sector 2 is a second off the pace.
Maybe I just need to
Good lap. That's your best in the session. That lap was a 122.64.
Just need to chill and be more
Sector 3 times
conservative.
okay.
I need to lose 3 seconds though. There we go. That's a start. Oh boy. Twitchy, twitchy. Tires are coming in now.
1:26 ahead of P2. That lap was a 1:21.00, your quickest overall.
Well, there's no secret last night that I was my own worst enemy in that race. I had a couple of unlucky encounters with other people, but most of it was just me binning it over and over and over again. This is better. And I know this thing, oh God, this is what I kept doing over and over again. Coming onto the front straight, I would squeeze the throttle just a tiny bit too hard and just go straight into the wall. Over and over and over again. And let's see. Maybe up the TC? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Maybe I'm just a pleb and need more traction control. Let's see what happens.
Exit is clear. Push now.
I don't mind admitting it if it helps. They say the first step is acknowledging the problem, right? Hello, my name is Pasha, and I need traction control. Hello. Oh, hello. Speaking of snap oversteer under acceleration, hi Dave. Oh man. Yeah, I did not smell good after the race last night. And that was the third one of the night. So that felt better. Is traction control really my only problem? That would be embarrassing but good, because I can turn up traction control. Huh. I was surprised, like
0.30 off the pace.
One of the Chris Hay events we had, was it the No, it was the Lotus Exos. But similar kind of, Formula car. And it was a pretty long race, and it was intense. And
that puts you 0.6 quicker than second place. Your lap time was 20.65. Sector 3 time is fast.
It wasn't near the sort of sweat stank that I got last night, but that was 3 incredibly hard run races. Yeah, the Exos was really fun. I was shocked when I ended up leading that race for a while, and then Chuck put me in my place.
Sector 1 time's okay.
I've had a couple of really lucky results in those Chris Hay races. I think I've led a lap in every race except the one at Anglesey, where we just kind of paraded around in order. Because it's so hard to pass there.
Pace in sector 2.
It's such a shame because Anglesey is such a beautiful circuit and the mod captures all of that. It's just gorgeous to look at. But then you try to race there and it's like, how do I pass people again? Oh. I think I... Did I just follow the exact same skid marks I had before? That's so frustrating. I think I dared to get like one corner on that curb and it was all over. You really can't...
Traffic approaching, watch your mirrors. The guy behind has just done a 121.22.
See if I can stay ahead of Dave here. Of course, every time I warp back to the pits, I get full fuel again. Oh well. Whoopsie! And there you go. Bonk.
Track limits, the lap won't count.
Yeah, well, you know what? More TC, please.
All clear on pit exit, you can push now.
Me, baby driver, me need help. Please, computer, help. Yay!
The leader has just done a 120.23. P2.
Got a stutter. Uh-oh. Well, I am streaming and watching the stream and hosting a server and driving on the server, so gosh, I wonder why my computer's so stressed. I don't know who was on this thing when the real race started last night, but there was one person who was just tooling around on my practice server when the race started, and I was like, well, I gotta shut this down so I'm not eating bandwidth. So I just hopped on and be like, sorry, click, and just killed it. I wonder what they thought, like, hey, I was racing that. Okay, well, what in the world? Did we lose stream there for a minute? No, that was weird. I just got a message saying OBS connection successful. I'm like, what do you mean? Never lost it, did I? Is this stream still up? Oh, it did? Oh, that's too bad. I wonder if that's why I was also getting skippy on the game. Well, let me see if I can. It still looks okay. I'm gonna stop watching it. Reduce the load here a little bit. Stream quality bad, according to YouTube. All right. Well, yeah, I think OBS is getting a little stressed out because it's trying to send high def stream while I'm running a server. I think I'm stressing it out a little bit. Is it kind of back now? I hope. Alright, well, get back to it then. Try not to bin it over and over.
Exit's clear. Push.
You just can't go full throttle in this thing a lot of times. And I think part of my problem is just that my pedals are not precision instruments. And these things are from 2004, and they're not any kind of fancy load cell anything. So even when I'm trying to be precise, can only be so precise. Oh no, well now it says my stream is good. So either YouTube is lying to me again, or something else is happening. Am I back? I may be stressing this thing out too much trying to run a server and a high-def stream at the same time. Do I have anything else sucking bandwidth right now? I think I quit. Oh no, I did not quit Discord, so I'm going to do that. What other Chrome windows do I have open? Am I in the middle of the track? I'm in the middle of the track. I should get out of the middle of the track, shouldn't I? Let's not be that guy. Let's see. Let me shut down a couple of other Chrome windows here. Yeah, that'll happen. Well, it says it's good now. But it did say it was pretty bad for a while. So, I don't know. Let's hope it figures itself out. Alright, let's try this again. Once more with feeling.
It exits clear.
I know I was thinking about doing other stuff tonight, but this... God, I just love this track. Which is good, because I'm going to spend the next hour and a half on it once the race starts. Between practice and quali and the race. Just got to be more conservative with the throttle inputs, I guess. You get into such a pickle because you start pushing in this car and you're like, oh, well, I better give it more throttle. And you give it too much throttle and it just whips around. I guess that's why not everybody can do this. Because it's, like, hard and stuff. The good news is I'm not wasting $250,000 every time I screw up. I just press a key on a keyboard and go, oh, let's try that again. La-di-da. Not, oops, we need a new sponsor for next season. Oh, catch it! Nope, not gonna catch it. God.
Just a scrape.
When can I get one clean lap? I would like one clean
There's
lap,
traffic
please.
behind. Take care.
Car left, clear left.
Dave in front of me. Touched the grass, got scared, had to slow up. Whee! There's a 119 from whoever that is. Mercedes. Uh-oh. That's not the line.
Car right, clear right.
All right. One clean lap. Maybe.
On your right, clear right.
Hard driving. I don't think I ever had hard driving. Huh. I think one of the weirdest game developer intersections I ever remember, though, was that one of the first.
Right side.
Jeez. Okay.
Clear right.
Oh, okay. That's
Left
a
side.
great idea. Let's just bin it in front of me. Okay. 79. So there you go. We're children of the 80s. How about that?
Clear left.
There's traffic behind. Keep your wits about you.
I remember Rad Racer. I was just gonna say one of the coolest weird intersections of games and developers was Rad Racer, put out by this tiny software shop called Squaresoft, who went on to be a bit more famous for some other things, like, oh, I don't know, the Final Fantasy franchise, which was their last ditch at getting out of bankruptcy. It's just, the story of Square is just incredible. The interviews and stuff with the people at the time was like, oh yeah, it was called Final Fantasy because we thought it was the last game we would ever make. It's just, what? And just a massive success ever since. But yeah, Rad Racer was fun. It was one of the first games I ever saw on the Nintendo that had 3D. It had a mode where it came with a pair of the red-blue 3D glasses, and it had a mode where it would render the game in offset red and blue, so you could use 3D glasses, and it was like, and it would work. Oh, jeez, that was completely. Oh, good. Oh, thanks. Okay, well, you hit me one more time, and you're off the server, whoever the hell you are.
Car approaching. Watch your mirrors. We've seen a little bit of bodywork damage there. It'll polish out, mate. Forget about it.
Sorry, Dave. Didn't mean to throw you off there. Oh yeah, the ZX, as it was called locally, because it never came to the U.S. I don't think anybody in the U.S. ever had a Spectrum or a UK market thing. My parents were both in computers, and they got an IBM personal computer before they had model names. It was just the IBM personal computer in like 1982. It had like 64K of RAM on it. And we used that thing as our personal computer until I was almost in high school. At which point we switched to a 486, and it was like we stepped into Star Trek. The difference in performance and capability and everything was like we skipped 3 generations of computer. The first PC didn't even have a color monitor. It was just green on black.
B2.
Oh yeah, electrical engineer. So he was, I mean, that's what it took to build a PC back then. Like you were experimenting with putting your own parts together. Did they ever do any of the like the build it yourself things, like the Altair and there was a Timex and some other thing?
Sector 2 time is good.
Nice. I mean, that's what it was. Like, you want a PC, you buy a kit and you build it with your soldering iron and all your like all your tools and everything. You had to be an electrical engineer just to figure it out.
You're currently 1.1 seconds off the pace. That lap was a 121.11. Sector 3 is 0.7 off the pace.
Wow, that's cool.
You're a 10th off the pace in Sector 1.
Well, growing up with that stuff, did you ever
You're a 10th
there was
off
a
the
TV
pace,
show
Sector
that
2.
came on, I forget what channel it was on. I watched it on Netflix. It was called Halt and Catch Fire, and it was all about, it was a fictionalized account of the dawn of the PC age. Oh, hello Dave, I see you back there. Let's practice some overtakes, shall we?
You're now 0.7 off the pace. You've just done a
Oh, God.
120.76.
Yeah, Halt and Catch Fire is a great series. It's much like Mad Men. I think it's produced by the same people who produced Mad Men, but it was really good. Ran, I think, 4 seasons. And they do a good job of kind of keeping pace with the technology that was happening at the time. So like the first season is about the dawn of the PC age, and then by the 3rd season they're getting into like setting up a bulletin board system and getting online for the first time and doing all that stuff, which was just a thrill for me,
20
because I
minutes
was,
remaining.
you
You've got
know,
20 minutes left. Sector 2 is 1.6 off the pace.
the late 80s and into the 90s was when the local online scene was king. Like, the internet wasn't really widely available yet, but there were all these guys running local bulletin boards and stuff, and it was a great time to be a geek.
That puts you 2.2
And this
seconds
TV
off
show
the pace.
captures that
last lap
really
was a
well.
122.17. You're 2/10 off the pace in Sector 3.
Trade Wars 2002 and Telly Arena. There's a trivia game, I think, too. I forget. Getting on forums, and we had a creative writing forum where everybody wrote a chapter of the story each week.
Sector 1 is 0.35 off the pace.
It was a good time. Or there was I ended up being the assistant operator on a board in town, and I remember going over to the house of the people who owned the thing and there was this beautiful antique glass front china cabinet, floor-to-ceiling china cabinet, cherry wood, glass doors, the kind of thing that you would put like your family's heirloom china collection in. And she had holes drilled in the back of the thing, and there were something like 60 modems, all hooked up. There was a bundle of phone cables the size of your leg coming through the wall of the house and fanning out into that closet.
Off the leader's pace. Your lap time was
And there was a couple of computers hooked up at the bottom to run it all.
Off the pace.
And yeah, they had, I think by the time it peaked, they had like 75 phone lines hooked into that thing, and they were all busy all the time. You could not get on the thing. And
You've got a bit of tyre wear on all your tyres.
the thing was, in the 90s, that's when the whole sort of services over the phone started catching on, like call waiting and caller ID and stuff. And people figured out that if you called somebody and they were on the right into the same marks on the wall.
Keep it between the white lines.
But yeah, if you call somebody while they're online, the phone, of course, was busy. And so the call waiting pulse would go down the phone line, and it would interrupt your modem connection and knock you off. And so the kids that were on the board figured out that if they couldn't get on the BBS, they would start calling each other and hoping that the caller ID pulse would knock one of their friends off. And as soon as they hung up the phone, they would get back to the computer and try to log in again. It was this constant war of people calling each other, trying to knock each other offline so that they could get online. Never realizing that all you had to do is pick up the phone and do like star something, and it would disable call waiting for like 6 hours. So, you just see people in the middle of a conversation in a chat room just drop, no carrier, boom, and then somebody else would immediately log in. Like, oh, hey guys. Oh man. And the thing about that time is that you had everything that was true about the internet now was true back then. Like if you knew somebody only on the bulletin board, you had no idea who the hell they were. The difference was everything was local, so all you had to do was wait for the next month for like an in-person meetup and be like, oh, you're not who you said you were at all. And so you didn't have the like super crazy stranger danger that you have on the internet now, because it was all local, and you would see these people in real life eventually. So you couldn't like live a double life or whatever on the bulletin board, because it would get out. Whereas on the internet you can just be whoever you want to be. It was a much safer time to be wild and crazy online. T2? Oh yeah. You have to brake for it before the crest and then power through it. Let me see if I can get it right.
15 minutes left.
You know, that's just about right to get into the race, isn't it? Let me come around and see if I can get T2 right. Let's see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Coming into one.
You're now 1.7 seconds off the pace.
I don't know if it's better to lift or brake there. You come up here and you see where the crest is. You brake here and turn in, and then power through and kind of pick up where the black stuff is. I really think I should turn driving line off, honestly, because you can drive this track based on the pavement patches.
Sector 1 is quick.
That's one of the things I really love about this version of the mod, is that there's so many visual cues of the track itself to guide you around. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is here. kilometers. There it goes. Line off. Here we go.
Sector 2 is 0.42 off the pace.
True adventure mode here. And you just pick up where the black pavement is and use that as your guide, because I mean that's where all the cars go. Back into the 120s, that's
That's your
encouraging.
quickest lap in this session. That puts you 0.38 off the pace. Sector 3 time is quick.
Just a tiny dab of the brake before you get to the crest, and it knocks your nose down just enough that you don't go flying over the top of the crest and out the back of T2 into the runoff area. That was sort of the tactic that I used in the Audi TT races, and it seems to translate into this one as well. Yeah. Well, the old version was so bumpy there that, like, if you tried to carry...
Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace.
If you tried to carry any speed through Moss in the old version, you just bounce over the bumps and out the back. And I think the real track has improved there too. Like, I think they widened the real track in Moss to be not quite such a pain. And so, of course, that translated into this version.
You're currently 1.3 off the pace. That lap time was 121.02. Sector 3 is 0.47 off the pace.
I mean, I'm always consoled by the fact that, you know, you watch any of the IMSA races here, and you see the pros dork up that corner all the time. So...
Sector 1 time is good.
it's not just us. It's hard for everybody. But there again, you just kind of follow the dark pavement patch around the corner, and it just flows. Much better than the 2012 version.
Sector 2 is 0.6 off the pace.
I forget what year it was that they added that huge paved runoff in turn 2. But I think I was watching the IMSA race. I think it was still...
You're now 0.6.
I think it may have still been ALMS at that point.
120.34. Sector 3 is 0.06 off the pace.
But, you know, they had somebody hit the crest too hard and go flying over it and into the runoff, and they were like, wow, if that had still been grass, he would have just been straight into the wall. So, yay, runoff areas. This track, you know, in the critical areas, this version of the track is wider and smoother
all around. You got 10 minutes
than,
left. 10 minutes to go.
certainly than the 2012. Oop, there goes another blip. How's the stream doing? I just had a stutter in the game. Good, good. Whee! God, this is such a fun track and car combination.
Off the pace.
They seem to be more consistently in the 120s, which is encouraging. I'm pushing as hard as I dare for my skill level. As the fuel burns off, I might try a little harder, but...
That puts you 0.6 off the pace. Sector 3 times okay.
I guess with this setup, the medium tires and everything, you just have to give it a couple of laps to warm up, and now the handling is great. I think the traction control has helped because I'm a noob and need traction control and need to and still F it up occasionally. Hi everybody.
Come on, on, watch those track limits. This lap will be deleted. Sector 1 is quick.
It's
That's
not-
barely a scratch, mate. Just ignore it.
Oh, Jim, it's not the track limits you have to worry about, it's the skill limits. And I exceeded my skill limits on that lap, not the track limits. Yeah, I mean, I set this up the same way that SRS is, and they just have it so aggressively tuned to force you to make a pit stop. I mean, there's no reason for that. I mean, if he wants to force you to actually spend time in the pits, then he could just as easily do the fuel
Watch
consumption
your speed.
without making you destroy your tires, you know? That is about 12 minutes to the start, or to the drop in there. We're going to take a couple more quick hot laps here, I hope. Or at least lukewarm laps. And then I'll jump over to the real race. At least I didn't completely wear myself out this time.
Pit exit looks clear.
Be interested to see what the mix of... Huh? No, this is the McLaren. So there's, well, let me show you the clean one. There we go. So it's the 650S GT3. Yeah, let me come out of the pits and die. Great. Yeah, so you got the IMSA GTD number plates. Of course, the guard duck. Got the actual McLaren tartan on the roof. It was fun. Did I put a spoiler on the spoiler? Oh, I think this one's blank. I haven't put a spoiler on this spoiler yet. I'll have to remember to do that. But yeah, it's just an achingly beautiful car, and figured out a nice simple livery to throw on it, rather than kind of going nuts like I usually do. So yeah, I mean, it looks good on stream. Too bad I was 4 laps down and next to last by the end of the race yesterday. Yeah, it's cool. One of the things that GIMP lets you do really well is
Pit exit's clear. Push.
you can create what are called paths, where you can kind of define polygons and shapes and things that are permanent. And then you can use those to define selections and paint boundaries and all kinds of stuff. You can paste into them. You can actually paint along them. Like if you draw a curvy, nice path that you want, you
5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes
you
left.
can pick the paintbrush tool and say paint along this path, and it will brush stroke it in for you. And the greatest part is if you know the big color areas of your model. Like I'm just gonna stop the car. I'm gonna wreck the car. Anyway. So for example, get back into this camera. Like the black stripe and the green stripe and this blue thing over here on the right. You define a path that kind of follows the lines of the body to define that shape. And then you turn that path into a selection area and you just fill it. And the beautiful thing is, if you get that wrong, like you say you fill it in and it sucks, you like missed a spot or they overlap too much or whatever, it costs you nothing to go back into the drawing, completely erase everything of that color, and then you can just modify the path, reselect, and fill it again. So yeah, back to the pits from the pits. Yeah, that was brilliant. I've got about 3 minutes here, so what I'm going to do is go to SRS, just so I'll be sitting there ready. Let me get GIMP up and then show it. Boop. I'm just going to open one of these skins. Let me see if I can find. Oh, here we go. So yeah, let's just show off the McLaren. Where'd it go? Here it is. Skin.psd, skin XCF. There we go. Boop. So here's the thing. I'll blow it up a little bit. Most of them have a wireframe layer, so you can go do that. But so what I have here under the Paths tab, see I have one for blue, one for green, one for gray, and then a drop zone for the roof panel. So if I highlight this green thing, the green path, you see I've drawn it around everywhere that I wanted to be green, right? And then under layers, I created an entire layer just for everything that's painted green. So if I screw this up somehow, I can go into my green layer, select all, and just delete it, right? It's gone. Oh no, all the green is gone. What am I going to do, right? So I come back in here to the path, and I say, oh, well, I really wanted this line to be thicker and closer to the black. So you come in here, edit the path, and see now you see all the polygons that I've drawn in. And if you got the wireframe up, you can define the path along the vertices of the grid. So now of the wireframe. So now I'm tracing the actual wireframe that defines the shape of the car, and tracing it with this path, just basically along the curves and folds of the car. So I can adjust this however I want after the fact, right? And once I correct the problem or whatever it is, you see this path to selection? I turn that path back into a selection. I select the same color. And now that it's selected, I go back to my layer of all the green things and just repaint it. And now it's back to where it was with the correction. So there's no cost to, like, if you paint a big area and then you realize way later that you've dorked it up and you need to make a correction, you're like, oh no, I have to delete this. I have to find the eraser. I have to precisely erase around everything that I've done. No, you put every color on its own layer. You define a path for every color, and you just treat every color separately. And that way, if you dork one of them up, you can just erase it all, redefine the paths that bound it, and then just fill it back in again. And it costs you like no time. So yeah, all the black stripes are one layer, all the gray stripes, all the green, all the blue. And particularly if you have a car where they overlap. Let me see if I can find one of those very quickly. The TCR car does that. Let me see. Little sweeping tour of all my liveries here. There we go. So here's the TCR body. This one has a nice wireframe on it. And you can see every decal is a layer. And I just put them in a group called decals. So if I want to see just the paint, you just make the decals go away and you see just the paint. If you've got layered stuff, like you can see here, the black and blue actually go across the green stripe. They just go over it. So if you want to see, like, oh, I think I screwed up the green, let me see if I can look down to the green. So here's color 3, I think is the blue. So you just turn the blue layer off. It's not gone. It's just invisible. Now you can check on where the green is. And you can turn that back on. It's like, oh, I need to get the black out of the way. Just get the black out of the way. Boom. Done. Oh, I screwed the black up. I can erase it, go back to paths, and say, here's all my gray bits as one thing. And you can see here in the corner, like the black stripe actually overlaps the blue. Like I just lazy drew it in here. But since the blue is on top, it covers it up. So anyway, that's the super quick painting tutorial that I that I would have drawn out into an hour had I done that. Yeah, so you create a layer. You put every big paint region on its own layer. You define a path that bounds it, and then that way you just define the path, turn it into a selection, and then paint it in. And if you mess it up, you just delete the whole layer, or delete the contents of the layer. You don't even have to delete the layer. You just select all and delete. It deletes the whole paint layer. And then you just alter your path, turn it into a selection again, and paint it. And it's back. Super easy. And super time saver.
Your skin is okay.
Especially when you mess up. Did I just lose all my setup changes? I bet I did, didn't I? I did, because I didn't save before I left. Oh, crud. What did I do? Oh, no. What did I do?
Skins are ready. Press the restart button.
I had the diff turned down, right? Shoot. I can't believe I just did that. I lost all of my setup changes. Oh, what a dummy. I didn't save before I left. Okay, so that one I saved at least. But the final adjustments I lost. Okay, I think this is good. It said skins were ready, so I'm going to jump out and back in so I can pick those up because I want to show everybody's custom skins. Those are cool. Am I back on? Yeah, I'm back on. I said, of course, a recording for the share. Goody, goody. Oh, I got a message earlier. I should probably check that. That's all good. All right. Back into the race. USA server is up. I didn't notice how many people were on yet.
Your skin is okay.
Thanks. I do try. Oh, Andy Stewart is on with 2 A's. Okay. Ephraim is back. I've had some good
Skins checked, nothing new. Carry
good
on.
races with him in the past. Nobody else get in? Huh. Alright, well, let's load the setup. I'm on mediums, right? And my pit strategy is 65 in mediums, or 65 in hards, or fill up because I'm short. Great. Got it. Well, let's see what happens. Wait, did I not get somebody's skin? Huh. I guess his skin didn't load properly? Great. Oh, that's a cool one. Oh, there's another Macker. Ooh. Oh, that's one of the stock ones. And there's me again. That's weird. So, what does SRS skin tell me about why these things didn't load? Custom skins 1. That's weird. These guys are just using totally white cars somehow. Okay. Well. Okay, I want to be in my car. I want to see what I'm going. And I want to practice for the next minute. Great. Got it.
All clear. Push now.
Push now, but not too hard or else it'll
Cold
spin
tires
again.
all round.
And we'll see how different the conditions are from my server. Speaking of which, I should go stop that server. And I think I have to exit the game to do it. Server. Caught 2 errors. That's weird. I'm gonna have to stop this. Sorry, everybody. And rejoin the race. Yeah, I mean, solid color cars. I did a couple for other people that turned out pretty well. I think when Pete Parasetti was first getting started on the SRS Discord, he was just getting into doing the skin stuff. I made an MX-5 for him that was basically solid color with a
That's the end of
Your
the
skin
session.
is
P7.
okay.
with a Scottish cross. That's St. Andrews, right? St. Andrews cross is the white on blue.
Skins
should know this
check,
better than I
nothing
do,
New,
but-
carry on.
But it was just basically a blue MX-5 with big number badges and a cross on it. It looked really great. So I mean, the simple solid colored liveries sometimes just work. But yeah, you start branching out into some more of the other editing techniques, like this whole spoiler down the bottom that's black and it's got some blue edging on it, and then these the fins on the wheel well. I got them all different colors. That was easy. I think part of the genius of this game is that it's so easy to develop add-ons, like, as part of the community. Like, all the mods and all the just, it's like, oh, you want a custom car? Here are the templates that you need to draw a custom car. We'll give them to you. It's just amazing, the insight they had to make such a moddable game with,
Tactics clear. Push. You've got 19 minutes to get a decent lap in. Take it easy. You've got cold tyres.
give it a decent enough physics engine, decent enough display engine, and the best physics they could engineer, and basically just say, as far as content, the user base the community can define the content. Here's the base. We put some effort into it. It's good. It's good to great. But the user community has also put out some stuff ranging from good to great. And it's kept the game alive. I mean, you see what's happened with Shaders Patch and Soul just in the last year. It looks like a new release. So, yeah, it's really fun. And, I just get a kick out of driving my car. Like, there's so many really good liveries out there. You can go out on Race Department and find all these really great liveries for cars. I just get a kick out of driving a car that's mine, that's part of my fictional race team, that's got my name on it, that's got whatever design that I put on it. I just get a real kick out of that. And the fact that the game lets you do that is just really great. Thanks, sir. It almost can't go worse than last night, so we'll see how this turns out. Regardless of whatever else happens, it's still playing with a McLaren at CTMP. It's definitely something I won't get to do in real life, so... It's always a silver lining there. And I'll certainly never be able to wreck a McLaren at CTMP and then walk away laughing. That will never happen in real life. That is for sure. Oops, speaking of which.
This lap will be invalidated. Watch the track limits.
Yeah, I need to give that guy more room anyway. Are there really only 9 people in the race right now? Well, that could work out. Maybe I can just tool around in the back and get a good result. It's like, screw competing. I'll just tool around and get my points and walk away. Alright, let's get a good lap in here.
7th position.
That's why I'm using a shifting strategy that's more fuel save than power. Trying to stay out of the top of the rev range as much as I can. Short shifting. I'm not lifting and coasting, but definitely more conservative shift points than most people are going to be running. See if I can gain some precious seconds in the pits by taking less fuel. That's weird. SRS TV is not here yet either. Is the Lotus race also an hour long? The Sim Racing Paddock race, is that still going on?
That lap was at 121.16 P6.
Okay, well,
15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes.
I wonder if SRS TV isn't showing up just because it hasn't set a time yet, or because I thought I saw it on the entry list. It's weird that it just wouldn't be on. I don't think there's anything else going on in this time slot. Oh well. Well, I'm streaming it, darn it. See if I can get better than this in quali. Get the tires warmed up, get a little bit more aggressive here. Get down to about, what are the lap times here? 1 minute something? Might get down to about 5 minutes to go and throw on some softs and see if I can throw in a crazy hot lap. That T2 feels so good when you get it right and you just power through it. Yeah, well, the Seat races, I think, were competing with some other hour-long series that was overlapping it. Just like, same reason I'm not doing the Porsche Cup races right now is because the end of this is going to run over it. And I'd like to get into the Porsche Cup series as well, but I just can't. I can't tear myself away from this combo. It's just so fun. Like, even last night when it was going badly, it was still a McLaren around CTMP, you know? It was just like, I can't not do this. There we go. There's a decent time. Still 3 seconds off the leader.
120.39 P5.
I'll take P5. Ooh, still twitchy, even with traction control at 8. To lower fourth gear. I don't know.
We've seen a bit of wear all round.
That's not good because I've only been out here for 8
10
minutes.
minutes of fuel remaining.
Maybe I should start on hards. You know what? I'm not going to get any records with this lap. I'm going to let this dude by.
Clear left.
Because I'm just a nice guy.
121.58.
Good guy me. That's just me. Oh, come on, turn thing. I know this is just a digital... Oh, I shouldn't have downshifted there. Oh well. I know this is just a digital reproduction of a waveform that's supposed to sound like the car, but it just sounds so great. I could listen to this simulated engine note all night long.
You've used half your fuel.
Yeah, I'll go down to about 6 minutes to go and then throw on some softs and see what happens. Because the problem with softs is they get you a lot more traction, but
That lap time was 1:20.30.
you have one lap. Oh. Well, maybe I'll throw the
10
softs
minutes
on
to
now.
go. That's 10 minutes left. Tiny bit of aero damage, just ignore it. This lap won't count. You've cut the track.
Yeah, great. Sure. Let's go down to that. We'll go to softs. We'll boost the pressure a little bit, just so they don't just completely burn off. Yeah.
Pit exit's clear. Your tyre temps are all fine.
So I'm going to take it easy. Just completely baby the tires on this lap, so that they're not gone by the time I get back to the start line. I'll point by anybody who comes up on me, and then I'll give it a run.
Cold tyres all round.
All right, here we go. Oh, this is terrifying. No! Dang it!
You've taken a tiny bit of bodywork damage, but you won't feel it. This lap will be deleted. Watch the track limits.
Come on.
P5. That's a new fastest lap for Massignac. 118.18.
Alright.
The pit exit is clear. Push now. Your tyre temps are looking good. V6.
I know I've got a 119 in this thing. I just gotta find it. Move the mouse out of the way. Alright, here we go. Flying lap. Green flag, green flag. 2.5 seconds so far. It's amazing what happens when you don't...
5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
Don't care about your tires.
Fuel remaining, 5 minutes. Fastest lap for Massignac, 1:18.08.
Oh, the speed carried through here is so much higher. Oh, wow.
That's your best lap in this session. That was 1:19.21.
Right side, clear right.
Maybe have one more lap in these tires? Jeez. There we go.
Your front tyres are cold.
Softs with a little bit more pressure. Haven't quite fallen off yet. They're getting there. $118.
That's your best lap in this session. You're now 0.33 off the pace. That was 1:18.42.
Maybe I ought to boost the pressures in my race setup.
Hit this lap, in this lap.
I'm still finding time. No! The Riftle! Save me! No! Dang it. Oh well. That was close. I think I'm going to jump into the pits, boost my tire pressures on my race setup, and go out for a practice lap just to see if it helps the... Oh, God! If I can survive until I get to the pits. Oh.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Look out for the pit speed limit.
Now I'm just going to cut to the pits. What are my tires at now? 19s. Let's go back to here, load the setup, go to mediums, and then go to 19 all around. And see if that helps with handling or wear or any of the stuff I was having problems with before.
Exit looks clear. Take it easy, you've got cold tyres.
Nope. No, it does not.
It's just a scratch. Ignore it.
No, it does not. Never mind. Wow. Night and day contrast. And qualifying's almost over. So there I am. So we've got 1, 2, SRS TV's a no-show. So top 10, woo! As long as I don't bin it, I'm guaranteed a better position than yesterday. The trick is not to bin it constantly. So, but 5th, I'm happy with 5th in this crowd. Times are close. Efrain was on softs as well. That's interesting. Or he is now. Yeah, keep it clean, keep it conservative. It's an hour-long race, and we'll see if we can keep the top 5. I would be thrilled with a clean top 5. Frankly, I would be clean with a top 9th. I would be fine finishing last
P5.
and just getting the 9th place points with a clean race and not killing myself with stupid incidents that are all my fault. I think this setup is better than it was. Make sure that the fuel really is squared away, and it is. I don't know. Should I start on the hards? I don't think I want to start on the hards. I think I want to go on the mediums. Well, if I'm going to run this fuel stint to the end, maybe I should start on hards. Because mediums in the middle of the race were falling off. Oh, man. Oh, I can't decide. The thing is, hards are going to be really tough to handle in the first few laps because they're going to be cold and I'm going to be slipping all over the place. But they are going to last longer. I'm going to go hards. I'm going to go hards and then switch to mediums at the pit stop. That's the strat. That's the strat.
60 minutes. P5.
I'm committed now. Start on hards. Go to mediums. Don't bin it. That's rule number 1, actually. Don't stuff the car into the wall. If I just get that right, I'll be better than yesterday. I'm excited. These cars are fun. This track is fun. Just gotta keep it clean and don't screw up.
Heads up, we're going green.
I like how it still reminds you, add at least 1 liter of fuel in your pit stop. Like, yeah, okay, because I can totally make it with 200% fuel usage. Oh, man. All right, here we go. So it begins.
Go.
On your right. Clear right.
So squirrely on lap 1. Gotta be really conservative here. Gonna have some people diving off at this corner. Please don't hit me. Thank you very much. Keep every input subtle and smooth. Maybe even go 4th here for the first couple of laps. Still pushing wide through here.
Time to get stuck in.
Wrecking behind me. I'm holding them up and I just don't care. I'm not going to win the race on lap 1.
It's now about 2.8 seconds.
Missed my brake point and almost spun it. I could feel it starting to go.
The gap behind is now 0.6.
Tires still aren't quite up to temp. Start pushing now, I think. A little bit.
Don't be intimidated. Keep him behind you.
Keeping it clean so far.
On your left.
You know what? Go.
Hold your line. Clear left.
My strategy does not even include fighting on lap 2. Oh, and he binned it. Well. Strategic win.
That lap was a 122.78.
Rip. Come on, turn. The track is over there. Feel bad for the guy because he certainly raced me cleanly.
The gap in front is increasing. It's now 9.5.
Don't care. Oh, this is an hour-long race, guys.
Your tyres are cold. Watch out.
Yeah, I should have... I think a spider just came down from the ceiling in my lap. I just saw this thing go right in front of my face, right between my eyes, and just dropped.
Good lap. That's your quickest today.
I'm like, oh god, there's a tiny little spider in my lap now. And there's nothing I can do because I'm just strapped into a sim rig. Okay, well. Introducing the new McLaren Spider. Is it a convertible? No, it's just a freaking spider in your lap. Yeah, at this point I'm just like, meh. If he gets around me, he gets around me. If he bins it, he bins it. I'm just gonna tool around and enjoy my time on CTMP. And try not to stuff it in a wall. I wonder if I could take that in fourth.
Let's see how wide you can make this thing. That lap time was 121.36. That's your fastest lap. Come on, man, keep pushing.
At least I still have vaguely encouraging Jim and not disappointed Jim. This is a good chase. He's keeping it clean, keeping it respectful. I like that. Tires are starting to come in now.
P5. Take it easy, you've got cold tyres.
Total concentration. Oh! Oh, he fell off the back. Darn it!
That lap time was 120.
Thought I was getting a freebie there.
That's your best lap in the session.
Oh, dang it! I'm gonna give it to him.
Left side, clear left.
Kept it out of the wall. That was the
Don't let
main
him get
thing.
away.
Got too aggressive trying to stay in front of him through T2. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's all good. I think I'm going to switch to mediums.
The gap in front
At
has
the pit
increased
stop.
to 1.5 seconds.
'Cause
The pit window opens in 2 minutes.
I'm planning... I started with a completely full fuel tank. So the strat here is to just run a complete tank of fuel and make the hards last until that's done.
You're pulling away. The gap behind is now 13 seconds.
And then-
6th place. Come on, man, this is disappointing. There's decent pace in this car.
Oh, Jim. Go work for somebody else. Maybe Claire can be my crew chief. She's nice to me. She tells me where the cars are. I wish somebody would record like a Joe Bob,
Tire temperatures look good.
maybe a Jeff Bob, who was just like, man, y'all aren't 20th? That's great, man. Keep it up.
Opens in 1 minute.
Yeah. Efrahin has fallen off the bottom of the field. Well, this is quickly turning into a just bring it across the line sort of thing.
You've just done a 120.93. Pit window is open. The gap in front is increasing. It's now 3.8 seconds.
That's not gonna help my tires. Everybody in front of me is on mediums. Should see their times start to fall away. Question is, will they fall away enough for my shorter pit stop to make up the difference?
Your lap time was at 121.45.
I think everybody last night just kind of, everybody who didn't just bin it, just struggled through on one stop. Speaking of which, press F to pay respects. The strategy's working, guys. Strategy's working. Oh yeah, he clouded the wall. I saw him spin up ahead. He really clattered it. He's gonna have damage.
The gap behind has now decreased to 9.5. P5, that was 121.68.
Fell off the pace there. Got scared driving up towards that guy. Well, I don't think I need to. Anybody who's passing me is going to be lapping me, I think. Gotta be so careful through moss. Yeah. Now, sim racing an hour is pretty long. Especially in an environment where you're used to doing something,
Your tires are cold, watch out.
something different every hour, you know, to actually commit to doing this for what's going to end up being almost 100 minutes by the time, you know, practice and 20-minute quali and 60-minute race.
Your lap time was 1:20.79.
Gotta remember to blink once in a while, like my eyes are drying out because I'm concentrating so hard. The hards are definitely holding up better because last night on the mediums, even 15 minutes in, I was starting to notice tire wear. And part of that was my terrible driving and sliding sideways all the time. But part of it was just being on mediums. I think I've got something here. I can just hang on to it. I am a little disappointed that so few people showed up.
That lap was at 1:21.00.
Because, you know, on a big track like this, it's more interesting as a spectator when there are more cars going around and more action on the track.
Is now 9.3.
On the other hand, a nice empty track lets me just come around here and hot lap without worrying about getting hit or anything else. Lost 6/10 to myself on this lap. I'm not sure where. I think it was right there mostly. Yeah, we've already lost 2 drivers. Just rage quit, I guess. Which is a shame because I've had some good races with Ephraim. Oh, brake too hard for that. That last corner onto the front straight is bumpy.
Your lap time was at 1:21.29.
I think that's part of the reason I was losing it so much, trying to accelerate onto the front straight, because I was nailing the gas and then hitting a bump. Being to the inside of that crest seems to help a lot too, in coming up on T2. A little bit over-conservative coming into Moss. I'd rather be over-conservative than Bennett. This is going alright. I'm okay with this.
P5. guy behind's catching. The gap's now 9.7. You've just done a 121.00.
No. Felt it trying to go. Even just accelerating out of turn 1, I thought I was almost straightening out, and I could feel it start to go on me. There we
Your
go.
tyre temperatures look good.
Thanks. It's actually kind of a comfort. Wow, I was actually accelerating out of Moss that time. There we go.
That last lap was a 120.18.
No, too close to the curb. Lost a half a second there. Yeah, I don't have near the tire degradation problems I had last night. I think I'm onto something here.
The guy behind's reeling you in. The gap's now 7.8 seconds.
That's okay.
That lap was at 121.12.
Ugh. I'm so afraid to stomp the throttle. Because so often I've done it and the car just loops. Or enters a death slide that I can't pull it out of. Whew. This is good. This is good fun.
You've just done a 120.47. That's half fuel. You've used half your fuel.
Have I used half my tire life? I mentioned it in my review video of this track when I compared it to the original Mosport 2012 mod. I was like, The 2012 version is where I had my first sort of taste of success in sim racing system. So it's always kind of had a warm, fuzzy spot in my heart as the first track that I did well on. But man, this version is just so much better. There we go.
That last lap was a 120.00. That's your quickest lap. Keep digging.
Oh god, something's crawling on my leg. Something is seriously crawling on my leg right now. Why? Oh, come on. Give me a break. Damn it, spider. I can't brush you off right now. Oh no.
The gap behind is now 6.0.
God, come on. It's so itchy.
Blue flag.
I have to reach for it. Oh god. Okay. All better. I don't even know if it was real or imagined, but I had to scratch that itch. It drives me crazy.
You've just done a 120.37.
At least it's consistent.
Blue flag.
Oops, stuttered. Still with me, everybody?
Blue flag.
Thank you, Jim. See, I've got the leader behind me, but I've got the two guys who are chasing me for position right behind him, so I can't just let him go, because then I'll be within their clutches. Oh no, 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 no!
Right side, clear right.
The stewards have warned us
Well.
about track limits.
That worked out somehow. Got too aggressive coming into that turn complex. Managed to keep it out of the wall though. Get my head back in the game. I think that's one of my biggest problems so far as I've been building up, skill in just handling the car. I really get freaked out by people just coming right up behind me. I think part of it is just because so often that ends with the person just rear-ending you, It's just paranoia at that point. You're like, oh, he's gonna hit me, I better let him go. It's like, no, this is my position. Just hit your marks and let him worry about getting around.
The gap behind is now 1.2. That was a 121.12. Blue flag.
That's poo, because the guy behind me is definitely not second place. It's the guy who's fighting me for 5th. So I'm not going to let him go. Well, unless he's just straight up faster than me. I'm not going to concede this because I'm now in a battle for position.
He's all over you. Keep your exit speeds up. Stay smooth.
Oh, right, the BMW is in second.
120.88.
Good call. So I can tell them apart that way, because I've got the mark labels on the leaderboard. I wonder if he'll be patient enough to wait. Well, I wasn't going to give it to him here, but I guess I have to
Clear
now.
right.
No, and I got back on the gas too fast.
Stewards have warned us about track limits. Keep it between the lines. Tiny bit of aero damage there. You probably won't even feel it.
Well, tried to obey the blue flag and got pushed off the track. And lost the place. Well, that was craptacular. Yep, he forced the issue into that corner instead of waiting for any reasonable opportunity, which was coming up right after the corner. Oh, well.
The gap in front is now 5.8 seconds.
Car seems fine.
P6, we're halfway home. We think about 13 minutes of fuel remaining.
Perfect. It's pushing a little, but it seems okay otherwise. That was a very aggressive move. Well, I hope it's only one incident point, not two, because I did hit the wall twice. We'll see how it goes. At least none of the other cars hit me. I am amazed at the difference in pace between me and the other cars. I really am. The fast guys are just so fast. You know, they're turning 117s and 118s on medium tires over and over again. I turned a 118 on softs on the terror drive of my life.
Your last lap time was at 121.60. The gap ahead is now 8.6 seconds. That lap was a 120.93.
Who am I catching? Probably something on their out lap. No, I'm catching 5th. Did he have a mishap in T2? It's fortunate for me. Maybe he roasted some of those tires. Oh no, he pitted.
The car behind is pitting.
No, that's a different guy.
Got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. The leader is pitting now.
Yeah, if I run this fuel stint to the end, we'll get the car back under control there. Ooh,
You've just done a 121.38.
there's a rage quit. Wow. An actual rage quit in chat. Not my chat, but the race chat. That was, dramatic. Wasn't he catching me?
Blue flag.
Wasn't he catching up to me? God, is that the leader again? Oh, right, he pitted and now he's behind me again.
The gap to Massignac ahead is increasing. It's now 6.1.
Just wait until the giant straight, dude.
On your left. Still there. Clear left.
Why are you defending? What do you think I'm gonna do? I swear, some of these people are just so aggressive. Got distracted trying to move the keyboard tray out of my way. Can't tell yet, but I think I might be the last to pit. No, Dave has also not pitted yet. Probably running a similar strategy. Wow, why am I 3 seconds slower this lap? Oh, because I got distracted and drove like crud. Well, we'll see how this goes.
The gap in front is now 11 seconds.
Yeah, I lost a lot of time that lap for some reason.
B6. We're seeing minor wear all around.
Yeah, on the mediums I got that message at like 15 minutes. I think I can hang on to this if I just don't stuff it into a wall somewhere. Again. Felt it getting pushy there. Had to back off it. Otherwise a decent lap.
That was a 120.92.
Back on my old pace, 20.9.
That's 5 minutes of fuel left.
I'm gonna run until Jim tells me to come in. Tires are still okay.
The gap in front is now 12 seconds.
That's alright. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Cold tires all round.
Is just load up on a full tank of fuel, run hards to outlast the fuel load, and then switch to mediums and burn it down for the last 20 minutes. Might not gain me any spots, but at least it'll keep me in the race. At this point, I'm last on track anyway, so who cares? What if I can catch Dave?
That's 20 minutes to go.
I didn't even get to 5th that time. That's weird. I'm a second slower this lap.
Blue flag.
I think I'm getting tired again. Yeah, those guys were kind of falling off the back. And, you know, with a bigger cross-section of the player base, we might have had a few faster guys and a few slower guys. But I'm finding some pace. I think if I did this a few more times and got more comfortable with the car. Because, I mean, this is the first GT3 series that I've entered. I've never really tried a car like this before.
The gap ahead is now 14 seconds. Your lap time was at 121.00. Very little fuel left. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. Box this lap.
Cool. There it is. Now I just got to remember to do it. But you know, this is the end of a 42-minute stint, and I'm only half a second off my fastest lap. So these tires held up pretty well. But I am going to switch to mediums. The tricky part is this pit entry.
Left side, clear left.
Watch your speed limit in the
And
pits.
I am set
On exit, we should
for-
be in position 6.
I am set for the medium tires. I want to repair everything. I'm going to get my fuel. There we go. And the fuel is still going to be done before the tires, so that's good. Repair is going to be done before the tires as well, so I'm not wasting any time there. Yeah. I remember when I first got
All
this
clear on
game,
pit exit. You can push now.
or when I first got the VIR mod, because, you know, it was home track and all, I went straight to VIR in the GT3 Audi and was just spinning like a top for an hour. It's just like I could not get the car to do anything but spin. Whoop, whoop, tires are cold, tires are cold. Okay, so Dave's still not pitted yet. And he's only going to spend 33 seconds in the pits. Yeesh. Too close. God, it feels so good when it works well. Oh, geez, I nipped that curb and almost lost it. Wow.
The car ahead's pitting. Left, that's 15 minutes.
If he goes softs, that would be interesting. Because at that point, it's like, can he make them last?
That lap time was 1:20.17.
Well, I gained 30 seconds on him. But it wasn't enough. Looks like I'm last, boys. Oh well. Better than rage quitting. Yeah. Well, that's a better lap time.
That lap time was 1:19.39. That's your fastest lap today. Nice and smooth. Don't overdrive the car.
Yeah, PLP tries to make you take drive-throughs, but SRS doesn't honor them? So you can just cut the track all you want. Sometimes, if you have the PLP plug-in
Pit window closing in 2 minutes.
installed on the server, then it'll tell the game to instruct you to drive through. It'll actually issue a black flag to you. But if it's not set up that way, then you can cut the track all you want. And SRS is like, huh? You might still get the cut penalties, but you won't get the drive-through. But it is interesting to hear about people cutting the track over and over again that are apparently still in front of you. And PLP does give you all sorts of other interesting information while you're driving, so people still use it even though the penalties get ignored. Who is this behind me? Whoops, stuttered.
Pit window closing in 1 minute.
Well, whoever it is, they're coming up to lap me because I'm last. So, no mystery there. Ten minutes left.
Your lap time was 1:19.43.
12 laps of fuel, so... Uh-oh! Dorifto!
Pit windows closed. You've got 10 minutes left.
I don't know
10
why I
minutes
keep
to go.
doing that.
Hit all your apexes. Wait for the chances to come, mate. You've got a bit of tyre wear on all your tyres.
When I'm first, on my out lap, I'll go down to 4th at that crest.
Blue flag.
But every other lap, I can just bop over it in 5th, and I always forget. And I'm like, oh, I should slow down for this. No, I don't have to. Woo! Getting a little tired here. Gotta just keep it going. Sure does give me a lot of respect for the guys who do this for real, and even some of the folks who, watching some of those ILMS streams where they're in these hour races every week, or sometimes twice a day, in LMP1 cars in multi-class races with 40 people. I can't even imagine. What is Jimmy Broadbent's budget for laundry detergent, or Febreze? God, the amount of time he spends racing in these incredibly intense races. And not just participating, but winning. Respect, bro. Well, let's see if I can let this guy by without getting punted off the track this time.
On your left. Clear
That's
left.
all he had to wait for the last time. Oh well. This time he waited. That was much better. See how much better that worked out? You've made it this far. Doze off to the dulcet tones of a simulated McLaren. Oh, right. I'm 2 seconds slower because I had to let that guy by. That's why. It's like, where did I mess up? Oh, I didn't. That was this lap. I'm getting tired, huh?
You've just done a 121.39.
Well. Well, I don't really blah, 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 blah. I don't wish ill on my competitors. I'd rather pass them fair and square if I can. But if he does happen to stuff it in a wall, I'll take the position and not feel bad about it. I think it does if you let your tire condition get down to a certain level. I think you can actually have a chance at puncturing a tire. But I mean, it has to be really low and then you have to hit something. Like, you have to directly cause damage to a damaged tire. They don't just randomly go.
That lap was at 120.11. That's 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes.
Still fun. Ooh, setting a good time too. The fuel burns off and the tires wear in. Lost it a little bit there. Did I just double shift? Alright, well, whatever. Yeah, there have been a few games where it's like they try to introduce the random chance of mechanical failure. I think F1, the Codemasters F1 games do it, where like if you wear a part too much, it'll break. This is just enough realism for me.
You've just done a 120.
Good physics. You know, it's pretty simplified damage model. Just let you go out there and have some fun and not try to worry too much about every little bit and bob on the car. I am intrigued by the teasers for iRacing's new damage model where you actually see, like, it's not BeamNG, but it's like individual pieces flying off the car and affecting the handling. I know a lot of people tend to treat the damage model as a punching bag in iRacing, like, oh, it's terrible, me. And I think some of my fuel mileage problems last night might have been related to having to accelerate from a stop a bit more often than usual. And also from grossly miscalculating my fuel.
Well, that was at 119.66.
119.6. At this stage of the race, I'll take it. track is so fun. I'm just having a blast out here.
Just 2 minutes left.
Finally got the car handling the way I want it. Got a decent strat. Learning how to handle it myself, so I have improved the part between the wheel and the chair. Lost some time there in Moss, but who cares? I'm still within 1/10 of my best. This is good stuff. Just got to keep this up for another couple of laps. Bring it home.
Your lap time was
I
1:19.53.
think Dave has backed off. Because I'm gaining a lot of time on him now. But I don't think he's going to lose 19 seconds this lap. I think he's just bringing it home. Survival strat. Well, I've lost 1 place since the start. He's pulling away again now. Question is, are we going to have 1 more lap to go after this one? And how close is Dave's fuel calculation? Leader is on final lap.
One more lap to go. That was a 1:19.95.
Still in the 119s. Even now. I'll take it. On the one hand, it's like, oh, well, you know, I was on 120s on hards the whole race. Maybe if I had gained this precious seconds from being on mediums, but, you know, I don't know if I can I don't know if I can make mediums last as long. So, in terms of strategy, I think I played it safe and it paid off. Could I try it again tomorrow and take a risk? Maybe. Setting personal best sectors still. Oh, still in contention for a PB this lap. And it's brought home. Only 2 laps down.
6th place. Okay, it's over.
And 6th. I will take it. I will take it. It was clean-ish. I had the 1 incident self-caused. And I had the 1 where the leader ran me off. But aside from that, oops, race over and I'm getting punted out of the session. And lots of seat time in the Macker. Yep. Oof. Yeah, I could do it again. I do want to get 1 race in on the Porsche Cup. Just to see if I can compete in both series. Oh, man. Well, we're already kicked out of the session. So. Let's see. I'm way down the order in the Primera series because everybody's doing it. Thanks for sticking with it. Yeah, the Porsches are at Laguna 4 a.m. Well, Enjoy whatever sleep you get. See you again next time. Thanks for sticking with it. Let's see. Standings. I don't suppose they'd be up yet. Well, thanks. I'm glad you think so. It was certainly better than last night. 82 points. Excellent. I did get 2 incidents there. Oh, well. Oh, and the other Macker was the older one. Okay. Cool, cool. I'll take it. And this dude, he had a best lap. I don't know why he rage quit. I kind of want to see the replay now. Standings for the championship, 88 puts me 12th. Or 82 puts me 12th. After a 44 yesterday. Goodness me. Yeah, I'm interested. Where did this... come on. I'll keep it for now, but it's kind of long. Oh, it's only 212 megs. Oh, that's cool. Where did it all go wrong for the dude who rage quit? That's my question. So now we'll go to the race view. We'll turn the line off, turn names on, and we'll go back to Chris Saucier, right? He's the guy who rage quit. Let's find out why. I'm intrigued. He's behind me the whole time. Makes a clean pass there. Oh, and then doesn't. Oh, that's the guy. That's the guy who was all impatient and up my butt. So I was like, okay, fine. You can have it up the straight. And then he comes in here. And whoop, 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 and then he touches the grass. He touched the grass, and it's over. And the other dude just followed him right into the wall. Wow. That was something. That was a nice J-turn, though. Oof. And then did he get hit again by this guy? Or not? No, okay, good. Alright, so there's that. Now he's got a damaged car, and it's like lap 2. So he passes Efrahin. Seems to have a decent enough race. It's going. Could he just not cope battling with somebody? Like, is that it? Zoom. I wish there was a skip button for, like, next bad thing that happens to this dude. Zoom. I don't know. I think he just got tired of being in the back of the pack. Which I can get. I understand. It's okay. But, I mean, who can get tired of CTMP? Oh, well. Anyway, that's a good 3 hours. I think that'll do it It's very late for most of the audience. It's 11:30 for me. So on that note, much better results tonight in both races. I'm happy. Hope you are too. This has been Sim Racing System. It was better the second time around. Tomorrow, let's see. What is the 9 o'clock tomorrow? Is there one? What's happening in 22 hours? 21 and a half hours? Anything? Nope. Just this. Huh. Unless it's one of these other things. Oh well. Well, I'll figure something out. Or I'll just break up the stream into 2 pieces or something. Because I don't know if I can just fill 2 hours unless you want to watch like Final Fantasy or Fallout 4 or something. Or I can make a skin. I'll make the skin tomorrow. That's the thing. Anyway, good times all around. Thanks for everybody who watched, liked, subscribed, all that good stuff. And until the next time, later, everybody.